What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. This is Sonora Design, and guess what? Today is gonna be the best day ever because we're making mini cool speakers. Alright guys, so today we're gonna make mini cool speakers. The idea is to have a good starting point. If you're starting with speaker build, you can have like an easy, cheap, affordable, good sounding mini speaker for your application. We have those drivers here. I think you guys might already know what I'm talking about because we have those drivers. The TCP 115 from Dayton Audio, and I pick a tweeter, which is the Peerless XT25SC90. Wow, that's a long name. I've been working with those drivers for a while. I made like small speakers with very good results. So I want you guys to have this opportunity. Do-it-yourself project. If you have basic tools, you can make these speakers at home. So the idea is to share with you good pricing, affordable, cheap speakers that sound pretty good and have a great amount of bass. I have those speakers here on the back. I like to have speakers on the back so you guys can see it. We have the Elegante, and we have the little full range tower, and we have the cube speakers. Okay, so those speakers, the smaller ones, I use the Dayton Audio TCP 115. On a full range speaker, I use it as a woofer and a full range driver from Dayton Audio, from Mark Audio. And the cube speaker, it's the one we're gonna base our build on, okay? So we're gonna have the same enclosure, the same volume, not the same shape. We don't wanna like round the edges or paint with car paint and get it too hard and complicated and expensive. So we're gonna get this recipe for success, and we're gonna tear it apart and make our own mini cool speakers. Okay, so we are talking about $60 on drivers. It's a good price for a starter kit. The thing is, you guys posted already down here the crossovers. The crossovers might get those speakers a little bit more expensive because the components are expensive. I have the crossover for this build already, which works pretty good, and it will cost around like $40 on components, 50 maybe, I don't know. But sometimes the crossovers are more expensive than the drivers. We have those crossovers, the full second order crossovers, and we're gonna try and make a series crossover with less components and keep it even cheaper. I love it. Okay, let me show you the speakers. All right. I have those cube speakers. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yes, you can see it. This is the cube speaker. It's all painted, and there's this front black plate here, and you have the TCP 115 here, and you have the ring radiator Peerless tweeter, okay? And we have the crossover inside. And guess what? These speakers sound really good. It's a 7.6 liter enclosure with a port on the back. It's a bass reflex. Okay. So that's one of the applications. This is a two-way speaker, and we're gonna get all the information we have for this speaker and make mini cool speakers that are great and cheap. Okay. Another application. For the TCP's 115, this is another one. This is the Mark Audio, all pair, 3-inch, full range, aluminum full range. And this is the TCP, okay? So I combined both of them on this enclosure with hardwood legs. And guess what? It sounds really good as well. This could be our next project. So if you guys want, we can make this one next. Just please let me know. Post down below if you want to see this build next. This is a little bit more complicated, but it sounds really good. So that's it, guys. We have a starting point. We're going to start with our two-way mini cool extra bass cheap starter kit. Let's get it on. I'm going to show you guys the specifications so you guys can get familiar with the driver. So let's move on. Okay, guys, recording the screen. You guys can take a look at the drivers, okay? So first, we got here the Dayton Audio TCP 115 4 ohms. This is a high excursion, low FS, can produce surprising amount of bass for a 4-inch woofer, and it really does. So our mini cool speakers are gonna be like a bass box, okay? It's almost like a 4-inch subwoofer. In addition to low frequency, these drivers also perform very well through mid-range, making this driver ideal for smaller two-way designs. That's what we're making, a smaller two-way design, okay? We got the specifications here, the X-Max, VAS, 3.1 liters. Where's the SPL? 86.8 dB, okay? And the frequency response is 55 Hertz to 5,000 kilohertz. 5,000 Hertz, I mean 5 kilohertz. Okay, then we got a tweeter, the Peerless by Tiffany XT25SC90 4 ohms. This is a dual ring radiator tweeter, okay? So the smaller features a patent dual concentric diaphragm in a unique waveguide center plug that provide an excellent on and off axis response. I'm not sure about the off axis response, but it sounds good. It's smooth and I like it. So I suggest you use this tweeter for this build. Let's keep going. Neodymium magnet, low distortion motor, and we get the specifications here. Okay, so we're gonna go to, we're looking for sensitivity. Oh, here, sensitivity, 90 decibels. And let's check the graph. It plays from 2 kilohertz to 20 kilohertz. Okay, it matches. So we're gonna take a look at the curve here. That's the frequency response for the TCP. It's kind of flat, okay, and it drops at 5K, okay. We want to cut the frequency at around 2 kilohertz, maybe 3 kilohertz, okay. So we won't have to deal with all this cone breakup here, you know, this frequency. We don't want to see that, so that's why we might have to work with a crossover, like a second order crossover, because we want to get rid of all of that. We don't want to hear that. And then we have the graph for our tweeter, which plays pretty well from 1 kilohertz. Oh god, I can see. Okay, 1, 2, 3 kilohertz all the way to 40. Okay, so at 20, we're here at 20 kilohertz. That's what we're focusing on, because we can't hear 40 kilohertz. I mean, I can't. I don't know if you can. Maybe. So it's pretty flat until 20 kilohertz at 0 degrees, okay? But then we turn to 30 degrees and it drops off a little bit. It rolls off. It sounds pretty good, and we're gonna use this driver. You can get cheaper tweeters, but I wouldn't suggest. I don't know. I'm too picky with tweeters because I don't like the annoying sound. It's gotta be smooth. It gotta be realistic. It gotta sound like an instrument and not like a. So those are the drivers, and let's keep moving. Alright guys, we just sketched it out pretty quick because I had an idea what I wanted. So we have mini cool 7.6 liters. We have it here. Look at that. So simple, quick, and easy. So we gotta put some measurements in, okay? We're gonna have a maple hardwood front baffle. This is gonna be all MDF, and we're gonna use an oil-based thick primer to give that texture. So it's gonna be white and maple and the black driver. So it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be small. It's gonna be mini, and it's gonna be super cool. So it's gonna be the mini cool. That's what we're talking about. Let's get some measurements, okay? We're gonna get it like higher. We're gonna go all the way to 28. So it's gonna be like a small enclosure. So we're gonna go with 28 high. Let's say we got like 28 and we got like, we're gonna go like to 27 and 17 on the front. Let's calculate it and see the volume we get here. 28 times 27 times, oh, that's the outside volume. Let's go to the inside. 15.7 times 24.2, 7.691 liters. That's what we're looking for. And remember, I'm gonna post all the information on the link down below. Let's move on. All right, guys, so we're here. We have the base box 6 Pro here. We have a vented box with 7.2 liters. Total would be 7.6. That's what we have. Our frequency would be 42 hertz. And our F3 would be 84. We got the vents 3.2 by 16. We are gonna apply that and plot the graph. Boom. That's what we have. -3 decibels would be at 84, around here. Kind of high. I don't know. That's why I pull out the WinIsd and I have the same driver here. And we have like a slightly different curve. It starts coming down here at 200, 100. It's already -2 dB, and there's a peak here, which is kind of like hard to work with. Okay, we want to keep it simple, so we are making a volume, the box of 7.6 liters. So let's go back and do 43. Like here. Base box 42.7, we have 43 here. It's pretty close. So it should be the same box. The vent length changes a little bit, okay? So we're gonna keep it to 16 centimeters, and that's our box. Alright guys, I had some ideas here. First one, series crossover. Simple and easy. It's hard. I'm afraid the tweeter is gonna cut at 1000. We're gonna blow the tweeter. The frequency is too low. It's scary, but we can keep tuning it and see if maybe we can like lower this a little bit. 0.2 millihenries, and then we go to the capacitor. Keep playing with it, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe that will work. Okay, let's see. It's getting somewhere. We can try this one. Okay. 0.2 millihenries coil. Okay, so that's the series. We're not gonna use it for now. Then we have this one that I was working. It's pretty much a lot of components, but to keep this curve flat, you know, it's hard. I mean, if I remove this resistor, we got a peak right at 2 kilohertz here, so we need it. It's 15 microfarad here for the woofer with 0.8 millihenries. For the coil, you know, it's good because it's cutting all this thing that we don't want to hear. We're gonna try the series crossover and we're gonna try the parallel crossover, okay? They're both here. We're gonna try this one and we're gonna try the series. Where is it? Here, okay? Done. Let's do it. Let's move on. Guys, we got them glued. Our mini boxes are ready. It's so mini and so cool, and it's gonna sound amazing. I guess let's keep moving on. Alright guys, we got our boxes, got our front baffles. Thing is, I'm tired of waiting for this primer to dry, okay? This takes forever. I mean, it's a good product. I like the texture, but it takes forever to dry. So we're gonna glue our front plate here now. And you gotta be super careful not to have like glue marks or glue dripping, and not to damage our boxes, not to damage the primer, because otherwise we'll have to do it again. I mean, I can do it again over and over if it's necessary, but let's try and avoid that. So let's glue the front plate. Got it. I think we have enough pressure. I don't want to go too hard on the speakers because the primer is still a little fresh, so we might have like some marks. We got it, and let's wait a little bit, like a day or so. It's gonna get ready soon, guys. We got it. It's glued. There are some marks on the front. I should have protected it. We'll have to sand it again or clean it, but well, it cleans up, but you know, my clamps are all dirty maybe, so I should have protected it, okay? So you guys don't make the same mistake. Got it. Okay. Wow, we have our box. It looks perfect to me. Or not. Okay, abemos second box. Let's keep moving, okay? Because the mini cools are mini, but they are big. Hopefully, they're gonna sound big. Alright guys, so we got the components here and we're gonna make crossovers now. We got capacitors. Oh no, the camera is falling. Okay, capacitors, coils, resistors. Let's start our crossovers now, okay? We're gonna make two crossovers. We're gonna make a series crossover and we're gonna make a parallel crossover. Let's try both. Let's move on. Guys, so we have our boxes, we have our crossovers. Let's start testing the series one and see how does it work. All right, let's move on. That goes for the woofer. I always make a mess. Okay, guys, we're almost there. Just be a little patient, okay? Oh, battery's gonna die. Okay, let's finish. Let's test it. We have the speakers there. Now, we're gonna listen to it. Yeah, we have the series crossover inside, okay? And let's see what happens. We're gonna listen to it and then take curves and then switch crossovers and see what happens next and like keep doing it forever. I mean, no, until the end, I guess. Let's play something. Alright guys, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm serious today. I'm not gonna dance today. I'm serious. Look at how serious I am. Alright guys, so let's get some curves and see what's happening. It's super bright, meaning the tweeters, they're a little more sensitive, so they're gonna sound higher. So it's bright, but it's beautiful, and it's mini, and it's cool. Okay, let's get it right for measurements. Measuring tape. Got it. Okay, 1 meter. Okay, I hope it works. Let's do some sweeps here. Okay, we got one curve. Let's get another one. Just to get a different color. Okay guys, so we got the curve for the Mini Cool in series. And the highs are up. This is a little deep here, 3K. You should not consider this as we are in the garage and there's a lot of reflections and cancellations. So don't even bother with this drop here at 100. It always happens. So that's the curve with our series crossover. Now I'm gonna put the other crossover inside, okay? Come with me guys, because we're gonna measure it again and then listen to it again because it's looking good. We got the computer, we got the speakers, we got the microphone. Wow, that's a little different. Okay, all right. Here it is. Okay, that's a blue line here. I'm gonna make it red. Now it's even worse. We can't see anything. Okay, I'm gonna take some of the lines. We can see the difference between the crossovers, okay? We got the blue line here, which is kind of a better curve. I mean, we have less highs, okay? We attenuated the highs. It plays around 76 here. The mids goes to 80, so it's 4 dB variation, 83. So it's around like 6-7 dB variation, okay? We have to consider we are in the garage, so don't worry much about this curve, okay? We can measure them outside. You can pick your crossover. You can use the series one, or you can use the second order crossover and have more like this balanced. It's more like smooth. It's more like classical. It's more like hermetic. Or is it more like claustrophobic? Maybe. Who knows? I know that the speaker is looking good. Let's finish them up and get some more curves. Whatever. Just have fun. Enjoy the process. Alright guys, so let's get the curves outside, okay? We got the speakers, one with the series crossover, the other one with the parallel crossover. So we're gonna test both outside and get the curves and see what happens. Then we can listen to them. Let's do it. One more curve. So we have this one, the series crossover outside. Let's try and... Oh, I'm not recording the screen. Sorry, guys. Let's try this all over again, okay? Now I'm recording the screen so you guys can see. See, there's this drop here, some cancellation, some whatever. Then there's this like peak here on the high. It's a little higher. That's it. Okay, let's switch the speakers. Let's do it. Another one. Okay, we got it here. Those are the curves we need. There's this drop here. Maybe we have to move the microphone away a little bit. But those are the curves, okay? Green one, parallel crossover. Red one, series crossover. Let's move the microphone. They changed a little bit, okay? That's 2 meters. Kind of listening positions. We're further away from the speaker, okay? We still have this little drop. It just moved to 600. Let me move the microphone again. Let's measure again. Okay, guys, check this last curve. Microphone is pretty close. It's like 50 centimeters, half a meter, like. And then you got a flat response, more like a flat response. Okay, if we align this SPL here, the last curve outside, it's a pretty good curve. It doesn't have this drop here. I don't want to see this drop. Alright guys, so that's it. We got it, okay? So that's our final curve. I really liked it. I think we can move on now, right? Good morning guys. We are back at the crossovers, okay? Because I wasn't too happy with the series crossover that I made here. I thought it could get better. We got that curve response, so we changed a little bit of it, and I got to this curve here, not as bright as this one. See the difference here? Then we got here, we attenuated the tweeter a little bit. The tweeter is more sensitive, so it's always gonna like pop out. I'm gonna make this one and test it again and get curves again, because I wasn't happy and I want you guys to save money. So we're gonna check the prices for the crossovers. So I have the components here, and we came up with a total of $24 for the series crossover with all those components, and we came up with $50 for the second order crossover, which is this one, which we already tested and I liked it. Everyone should like it. So we have our crossovers here, and let's move on. Alright guys, so we worked on our crossovers a little bit, okay? I have the new series crossover, and now we're gonna test the new one. I was like opening the boxes again, so I'm gonna switch the crossovers and we're gonna get some curves. We got our microphone ready, we got our speaker ready. That was the last curve we got from our parallel crossover, okay? So we're gonna try the series now and see what happens. So let's get a curve here. Let's measure it. All right. We got a curve here. That's the series crossover. Series DB. Okay, let's put them together. Okay. So we can compare a little bit. So just to compare, we have in red the first series crossover. You can see it's a little kind of wobbly and a lot of highs. And then we got in brown the second series crossover, which works much better and it's much cheaper, half the price. That's amazing. So those are the curves that matter, this one and this one. Parallel crossover and series crossover, and I'm gonna post those crossovers on the screen so you can see, you can copy the design and make your own crossovers. That's it. Let's keep moving. Almost there, guys. Almost there. That's it. Looking good. All right, guys. So we got it. Speakers are ready. And we're going to listen to them right now. Okay, let's connect the speakers. Yes, connected. It sounds pretty good, guys. It's such a good choice if you want to save money and be happy. All right, guys. Best day ever is over, and it feels more like a best week ever, and I have some considerations. First of all, I would like to thank our friend Douglas. He's gonna be in a chat soon, or not. Hopefully, yes. Because he was the one that suggested the series crossover that I worked with for a cheaper, lower cost on this build. So we have two crossovers. Both of them work pretty well. One is cheaper, the series crossover. It gets less components. Sometimes less is more. And we have the parallel crossover, the second order crossover. And I mean, you guys watched the video, so hopefully if you didn't skip that part, you guys saw the curves that we achieved with both crossovers. So you have options here. At the end of the day, we spent around 90 bucks on parts and components. I'm gonna post all the information on a link down below so you guys can build the same speakers. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for all your comments. I guess that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
Fuego en mi alma, arde en mi pecho en la mañana.